prelims and many other things here. So prior to that, even in the prehistoric age also, India has witnessed many other things. Even the hominids. If it is, many of the people, I suppose, have come across with anthropology as their optional. So how many people are there from anthropology here? So it is, wow, nice. So because anthropology has become one of the important subject and history too. So here, hominids are there. Ramapithecus is there, and Australopithecus and many other, Neanderthal man is there, Cro-Magnon man is there. So it is the greatest journey of human evolution. So prior to that also, so we have already come across with the universe, how the universe has been formulated with the Big Bang theory and many other things, including the Pangea theory and the plate tectonic mechanism of Alfred Wegener and many other things. So here, Pangea is very much related to Telangana. So that is the main thing that I would like to pose and that I would like to share with you. Because in our historical subjects, so many of the things were not included. So one or the other reason. But here, the southern part of India is having a great past and a great culture. So prior to that of the Aryan civilization and the Indus Valley civilization too, because Indus Valley civilization, as you know well, it is a Dravidian style of civilization. So prior to that also, the greatest human evolution is being there on the part of India. So here, I will start with the Pangea. So Pangea, you know pretty well, all the land mass of the earth has been one shape in the earlier times. So later on, due to the plate tectonics and many other things, the entire land mass, the large land mass has been fragmented into different parts and formulated into different continents later on. So at that very moment, here I would like to pose the geographical calendar that is known as Mesozoic era. So pre-Cambrian, Cambrian and Mesozoic era, many other eras are there in the entire geocalendar. So one of the important era is Mesozoic era, where it is the golden era for the reptiles. That means the dinosaurs or Tyrannosaurus rex or Brontosaurus or many other, what we see in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World and the Last World, something like that. So we have already come across with the movies that was made by, who had made that Jurassic series? Yeah, of course, Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg, thanks to Steven Spielberg, that all the people could able to know, revisit the magnanimity and the evolutionary process of the dinosaurs. So that is there. So here, that Pangea, at that very Pangea times, Mesozoic era is one of the important way backs to 60. And for your kind information, I would like to reveal the important fact that in Adilabad, Utnur area of Telangana, so the fossils, as you know well, these fossils, the science is there, the paleontology, paleobotany. So the paleobotany and paleontology are the sciences which can reveal the historical past of that particular animals or vestiges or bones or whichever, whatever the structures that they have been remnant in the under the various layers of the earth. So here we have found certain fossils of dinosaurs of Mesozoic era in Telangana region of Adilabad area. So that is known as Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx are the very initial stages of reptiles, and by that we could able to find ourselves is that here in Telangana region, there is a possibility, there is a wonderful evidence that the life is there since the times of Mesozoic era. And one thing. And the second thing that we have already come across with the different aspects of human evolution. Under the human evolution, Ramapithecus is there, the hominids, the primates, and many other things are there. So of them, so as far as our history is concerned, so the human being's existence we can trace out at the times of Bhimbetka, which was located in which state? Madhya Pradesh. Anybody from Madhya Pradesh here? You are from Madhya Pradesh. Wow, nice, good. We are blessed. So because Madhya Pradesh is one of the important land where we can find the greatest historical evidences of entire human evolution as far as India is concerned. So Bhimbetka. So what is the specialty of that particular Bhimbetka? Ruins, the paintings, drawings, the paintings, the cave paintings, the rock art has been painted by the early human beings of 35,000 years ago. So such a great, vast historical evidence is there as far as India is concerned. But now here, I would like to show one more important thing for you. So here, in Telangana, in the southern part of India, so one important place that is known as Pandavala Gutta, the hill of the Pandavas, that is known as by the local people of Telangana, in Jayashankar Bhupalpalli district, that Pandavala Gutta, in that Pandavala Gutta, the human paintings, the artworks of the ancient period paintings were found. So which depicts the haunting mechanism, the haunting style, the animals, and the pictographs of animals and many other things. And the carbon date testing you might be knowing, because through the carbon dating testing only we could able to conclude ourselves is that which era, which period is that particular art is related to. So through the carbon dating testing, what we conclude ourselves is that it is an interesting thing that it is around 45,000 years ago. The paintings were drawn more than 45,000 years ago, which is 10,000 years prior to the Bhimbetka. So these are the new revelations. After the formation of Telangana state, we are exploring ourselves because Telangana is in the part of Gondwana land at that time in Pangaea. So in that particular Gondwana land, it has clear evidence of many other things related to the existence of human being and the animals or flora, fauna and many other things. And these are the fossils and these are the paleontological studies that have revealed that Telangana is having a great grand past. So those are the one things. And after that, what we have concluded ourselves is that when that particular urbanization era has come across in India, so where the Jainism and the Buddhism has been taken place in the northern part of India with the advent of Vallabhi and many other things. So here, I will tell you, after Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh and some other parts of northern India, Telangana region is the greatest place where Buddhist shrines, Buddhist chaityas, viharas and stupas have been constructed. So take the example of Nelakondapalli. Nelakondapalli is one place that is located in Khammam district, which is around 120 kilometers away from here to Hyderabad. So that Nelakondapalli Chaitya, Vihara and Stupas are there. So they represents the Buddhist times and the Buddhist shrines have been there. And even Nagarjuna Konda, where one Nagarjuna University has been established on par with Nalanda and Takshila of those times and Vallabhi too. So of those contemporary times. So Acharya Nagarjuna is being observed as the second Buddha and his entire place abode is Nagarjuna Konda of Nagarjuna Sagar project and at the river banks of Krishna. So by this I would like to tell you that even in the times of Buddhist and Jainist times also, Telangana is having its own impact, its own special history and traditions. And after that, you can see the Shatavahanas. Shatavahanas are the greatest rulers of those times, in the particularly South India. And Shatavahana, Gautamiputra Shatakarna, they are the symbolic representations of the mother goddess worship and the matriarchal societies. So when we have already come across with the different aspects of Margaret Mead and many other observations that the very beginnings of the society has been dominated by the women than that of the men. So because they are the societies that was governed by matriarchal societies and later on they are come into existence with the patriarchal forms. So likewise, matriarchal society, the domination is there. That is the reason Gautami Putra Shatakarni. Shatakarni is the emperor. He has been identified and recognized with the name of his mother. Gautami Putra. Putra means the son. The son of Shatakarni is the son of Gautami. So the name itself has been mentioned that they are having a great respect. The southern rulers are having a great respect towards the woman and the feminine people and the mother goddess and the matriarchal society is prevalent at that very moment, and the matriarchal society is one of the important aspects to rule the world like anything. And Gautamiputra Shatakarni is being observed as the Tri Samudra Toya Pita Vahana. So that means Tri Samudra, that means Arabia and Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean. So these are the three important samudras which was surrounded by the southern part of India, which you can see the Aravalis, down the Aravalis, down the Narmada, Tapati and these rivers, Narmada, Tapati rivers. So here we can see that the Toya Pita Vahana means the horse, the king, the valor, the warrior who made his horse to drink the waters of three seas. That means he roamed around. So then only he could able to make his horse to drink that particular three seas waters. So after that, what happens here is that one of the other important dynasty that has been taken place in Telangana region, that is known as Kakatiyas. So Kakatiyas, you might have heard about, you might have read a few of the things that are related to Kakatiyas. Kakatiyas are very, very prominent South Indian rulers, and they are carved their own niche by making three important teas. Three teas are known as, one is tanks. They are very, very popular for construction of tanks, for the benefit of agriculture, for the benefit of preservation of water resources and water bodies. And the second T is temple construction. Just like 1,000 Pillars temple is there, Ramappa temple, which was already latest last year that has been given, and that the tag of UNESCO heritage tag. So the Ramappa temple is there, and many other temples have been constructed by the Kakatiyas, which was ruled from 11th century to 1323. 300 years they have ruled the entire southern part of India, except the Chera and the Pandya dynasties. Chera means the Kerala part of now, and the Pandya means the Madura part of Tamil Nadu. So now what we see. And one more thing I would like to tell you, an interesting thing. So we have already come across with Shodasha Mahajanapadas in our history part. Shodasha Mahajanapadas means 16, the king, Maha kingdoms, the greatest kingdoms of those times of 6th century. So one is Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Kamboja, Kamarupa, these are all the things. One of the important dynasty is Asmaka. Asmaka is the place where we can find the Bodhan area of Telangana. So Bodhan area that was located in Nizamabad district now, that Asmaka kingdom is very, very popular of those times. So such a great, vast history is there as far as Telangana is concerned. And one more thing I would like to tell you, one question I would like to pose, if you could able to give get the answers. Who is the ruler of India who ruled the entire India as we see now? So because we have already seen the map of India many times in many regions, many reigns. So it may be Kanauj, it may be Harsha, it may be Indo-Bactrian era, Muhammad Ghaznis and Ashoka, Akbar, Ashoka the Great and Akbar the Great. But they have not ruled the entire India as we see now. Though they have been treated and applauded as the great kings, great emperors rather, even Aurangzeb. But they have not ruled the entire India as we see now. But the only one, the only king who ruled the entire India as we see now in the map. Can anybody imagine, can anybody guess who is that ruler? The only one ruler. And that is very much related to the Telangana history. So that tag has made him as only ruler. Why? Because that means that Telangana connect is there. So that is the reason just I am interconnecting with those things. Do you have any clue? Pardon? No. Samudragupta is also not come across, because those are all the kings. They have confined themselves only to the Aravalis, the Vindhya Satpura. They didn't come down beyond Vidya Satpuras. So even Ashoka, when he done the entire up to an extent of Kalinga war at 261 BC, he confined himself up to an extent of Kalinga. He didn't come down. Kalinga means the Odia region. So you will astonish when I reveal the answer. He is none other than Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So we have been treated him as the mad king of Indian history, but he is the only king who ruled the entire nation, entire region, entire space of India as we see now. So why? Because what made him to become the only ruler? Because the southern part at that time, at the age of 13th century, is under the control of Kakatiyas. The entire region beyond the down area of Vindhya Satpura region, Narmada Tapti region is totally governed, ruled and under the control of Kakatiyas. And what happened here is that one interesting thing that Muhammad bin Tughlaq has ruled and conquered the Prataparudra of Kakatiya dynasty. And naturally what happens here is that whenever we win over a king, so the entire kingdom will be under the control of that particular the vanquished or the conqueror. So likewise, Muhammad bin Tughlaq has conquered, won over Prataparudra of Kakatiya dynasty in 1323, and naturally the southern part of the entire southern part of India has annexed into the Delhi Sultanate. So that has made him, the Telangana region has made him to become the only ruler who ruled the entire nation as we see now. So one more thing here. So because as we know well, because the India is having the 120 crore population now, at that time very less population, and even 1947 around 35 crores of population is there in India, around 35. So likewise here, after that many things have been happened in Telangana, especially with the 14th century Qutub Shahis. So here you can find the Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb. So where we can find the northern and southern parts of India met together and joined together and become a wonderful culture has been evolved. So here the Qutub Shahis are originally hailed from the Iran, Persian and Arabic parts of the world. So they have become the rulers here, and by that the Arabic language, the Persian language and the Iranian and other Urdu, Hindustani has become into practice. And after that, 1724, one of the important dynasty that has come into existence, that is known as Asaf Jahis, the Nizams, the very beginnings of the Nizams. So Nizams are the greatest rulers of those times, and they have ruled the entire region of Telangana from 1724 to 1948. And we have already come across with the greatest aspects of Nizams, because in 1921, the Time magazine has published a cover story stating that the richest man on the earth is none other than His Exalted Highness, the Mir Usman Ali Khan Asaf Jah VII. Mir Usman Ali Khan Asaf Jah VII. So he is the richest man on the earth, not the Bill Gates. Nowadays we are talking about Bill Gates and Elon Musk. So but that credit has for the first time come on to the world that the richest man on the earth is none other than His Exalted Highness Mir Usman Ali Khan of the 7th Nizam of Hyderabad. So that is the greatest tradition, greatest history of Telangana. So one more thing I would like to tell you here. So of all the states, the entire India after the getting independence, all the various parts of India got the independence. But the only state which was lastly got the independence or liberated from the other region, other reign is Hyderabad state. So all the world, as Pandit Nehru told, when all the world is sleeping, India has awakened in the midnight. India tryst with a destiny and all other things that they have mentioned. So here what happens here is that 1947 August 15th is the D-Day for the independence of India. But Hyderabad and Telangana region got annexed or got, merged into Indian Union after 1 year, 1 month, 3 days. That means 1948, September 17th, only the Hyderabad state and the Telangana region has been annexed into the Indian Union. So then only the all things have been happened. So after that, what happens here is that under Fazal Ali Commission, we have already come across. Fazal Ali Commission has been commissioned for making the division of India on the basis of languages, linguistic basis of things. So basing on that, the Telangana region has been merged into Andhra, and Andhra Pradesh state has been formed in 1956. Since then, the people of Telangana has been suppressed, oppressed or sidelined due to many other reasons. So the Telangana region people are having its own distinct culture, tradition, language, practices, food habits and everything. So but these, the people of Andhra, they have given some sort of secondary citizen treatment. So the people of Telangana have annoyed, and the people of Telangana have got very much interested to get their own state to rule themselves. So by that, the struggle has been taken place since 1948 and 1969, and then 2000 onwards, a second phase of separate statehood of Telangana has been risen, and due to the wonderful leadership of our Honorable CM, Sri Kalakonda Chandrasekhar Rao sir, he is the one, he is the leader, he is the greatest inspiring story for making the things to happen. So because a small person, a lean person can make anything to happen with his own knowledge, skills and the power of making all the people to influence. So the greatest people cannot fall from the sky. The achievers, the winners will be just like that, just like you people, just like the common man. So our Honorable CM is also such a nice gentleman who is having a great respect towards language, art, culture, heritage and the love for his own land and love for his own people. So that has made him to mobilize all the people into a movement, and that movement has resulted finally into the formation of a separate state, and the youngest state in India as the 29th state of Indian Union has been formulated. Since the last 7 years, the Department of Language and Culture, Government of Telangana and other all departments are striving hard to prove themselves and to provide the welfare and the development of the people of Telangana in each and every aspect. So whatever the Human Development Index that has been devised by the world organizations or United Nations organization, so the Department of and the Government of Telangana is striving hard and making plans and projections and everything to provide each and every benefit to all sections of people without any discrimination. So few of the projects or few of the schemes are very, very unique in the entire India so far. So just like Raitu Bandhu is there, and Raitu Bhima is there, insurance to the farmers, and providing certain financial assistance to the farmers, and making and creating and constructing a Kaleshwaram project like thing, and many other things. Even Kalyana Lakshmi is supporting financial assistance to the girl child, for making her to get married herself. So because most of the times what happens here is that the feticide is being happening only because of these marriage traditions. So marriage expenditure unable to bear by the families. So that is the reason most of the people are making amniocentesis, and by that the feticide is being happening. So these are all the things are there. So basing all these things, the government of Telangana is now striving hard to make Hyderabad as one of the global city. And as you know well, Hyderabad has become one of the prominent cities now. And it is the connecting link between northern and south states. So whenever a person comes to Hyderabad, they feel their own home, second home himself. So and of course, Hyderabad is a wonderful place for all cultures. Here we can see Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Odia, Kashmiri, and all sorts of people are living with harmony, integrity, and mutual respect and mutual admiration too. And the Department of Language and Culture, Government of Telangana, from ourselves, we are celebrating Gudi Padava of Maharashtra people who are staying here from the department, from the government. And we have been organizing Bihari Chhat Puja here in Hyderabad. And we have been organizing Assami Bihu festival here from our Department of Culture. And Onam for the Malayalis. So likewise, it is a perfect tribute to all the people who are living here from the government. By that, the people will feel themselves as that they have been included in the entire process. So these are all the things. And one more thing I would like to tell you, as far as culture of Telangana is concerned, we do have a rich cultural heritage. So one of the important things is that we do have folk traditions of thousands of years of history. And tribal traditions too. Last year, one of the tribal person has been conferred with Padma Shri award. His name is Kanakaraju. He represents the Gond community of Adilabad. Gond means the anthropologist persons will have come across, I suppose, Gond community, Bills and Ahoms, and these are all different, the indigenous people. So Gond community. And the tribal art forms are there. And the Hyderabadi Tehzeeb, Qawwal is here. And the ghazals are here. And Sufi Sangeet and Mushaira, Khawatin Mushaira, many other things have been here from Hyderabad. And of course, it is mime, mimicry, magic, and many other art forms also flourished, and painters and photographers and many other things are being happening in Hyderabad. And of course, Hyderabad is the city of प्यार. ये तो प्यार की शहर है, ये तो मोती का शहर है, ये तो मन की शहर है. Or of course, it is the city of 3 B's. Can anybody imagine what 3 B's meant for? 3 B's. Biryani. Of course, yes, biryani. You might have enjoyed it, I suppose. Yeah. Biryani is very, very popular. Every day, around 10,000 of biryani packets from Hyderabad will be exported to Gulf countries through air. 10,000, minimum 10,000. So that is the recipe and that is the cuisine of Hyderabad. And the very delicious and one B stands for biryani. And then the other 2 B's. बेगम नहीं बेगम्स नहीं है साहब, बेगम्स तो अच्छा है, ये तो दिया मिर्जा भी इधर से ही है, मिस आसिया पैसिफिक. एंड मेनी ऑफ द ब्यूटी क्वींस आर हेल्ड फ्रॉम हैदराबाद, नो डाउट इन इट, बट नॉट बेगम. बेगम बाजार है, बेगम बाजार तो है मगर बेगम का नहीं. नवाबी है, ये तो सिटी ऑफ नवाब्स एंड सिटी ऑफ कबाब्स टू. And B, second B stands for business. Of course, business is everywhere. Yeah, perfect. The bangles. Chudi Bazaar is there. That is after Lucknow and Ghaziabad. Hyderabad is the best hub for having different sorts of bangles. So, Chandni, Jaisa, whichever, whatever. Any of bangles you can see. Yeah, yes. So other B, what does it stand for? Bagh. Huh? Baghs, it was city of baghs hai. Bagh hai, Bashir Bagh hai. Many other baghs are there. Putri Bagh, many other baghs are there here. City of lakes, city of rocks, because Banjara Hills and many other hills are there. So city of hills. ये तो शहर है बिस्किट्स का, बेकरी का. कराची बेकरी एंड उस्मानिया बिस्किट्स आर वेरी वेरी पॉपुलर, वेरी वेरी फेमस. అయ్యా కొంచెం మీరు టిఫిన్ పెట్టట్లేదు. యా సరుజీ. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద సిటీ ఆఫ్ 3 B's. సో నౌ with these sort of having a journey sojourn, just I would like to show you few of the audio visual things which depicts the culture, tradition, art and the magnanimity of Telangana. Ayya, come. Pettese.
Screen.
Screen bet. And after that, just 10 minutes we will show all the documentaries related to the culture, heritage and Telangana. Various festivals. We have been honored with the different festivals like Bonalu and Batkama. What remember Avalaki? What? So Bonalu and Batkama. Bonalu is the mother goddess worship and Batkama is the festival of flowers, festival of women folk and the festival of thanksgiving to Mother Nature. So, and Batkama festival is having a great environmental effects also. ఇటు నుంచి తీయవైనా ఇటు నుంచి తీస్తే వాళ్ళు వస్తారు కదా. And samosa, we know well. Hyderabad is very popular for samosas too. Usmania biscuits, bakeries and bangles, and the city of biryani.